Okay, hey, there's another part of this that goes along with being leaders and ministering, and that is just practical things. As these three P's go together, let me put them together again. It's the presence of God, proclamation of the gospel, and all things practical. Without presence, we have no power. Without proclamation, we make no difference. And without practical things, we do not get traction, or we never get movement in our congregation, in our life, and even as a movement. Practicality is really an important thing. You've heard it said, you're so heavenly minded, you're no earthly good. At some point, you got to deal with the real stuff. It's where the rubber meets the road, all of those things. Well, there's some truth to that. Over the years, I've realized that if we could just help people learn some practical things, such as really following up when people show an interest, that you really have a system in place to really follow up with people. And that you really have a system, or you know how you're going to use your finances, how you're going to budget, that you really have thought about the future and how does a church operate today, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Is there a plan? Is there a strategy? Has it been thought out? There's many different things, and a number of people that I've learned a lot from through the years, but I realize they're little things that add up big. As a pastor, I realized that for me, I needed to make myself available. Now, in the Vineyard, where we do so much ministry, we never bring the word without also offering ministry. But I realized as a pastor, I was also unavailable for a lot of the visitors to our church. So I made the decision to let somebody else lead ministry, because I'm doing ministry all the time. And on Sunday, as soon as I'm done, I go to the door and I make myself available. Well, through the years, I have been told by dozens, if not, let me be truthful with you, hundreds of people have told me the fact that I would stand there for about an hour after church and greet and meet with anybody had made a difference in whether they were even going to, trust me or get to know me in some way, making myself available. That's just a practical thing. I decided I was going to be available. Little things like that are important. Practical things in so many areas. If we're talking about evangelism, follow-up, assimilation, membership, finances, our buildings, how we're training people. If two things have to go together: training and good systems. If you have good systems, but the people aren't trained, you may have okay results. If you have good systems and well-trained people, you're going to have optimum results. If you have really willing people and no systems, you know what you're going to have? Frustration. And if you have untrained people and no systems, you're going to have closed doors. So there's all sorts of things about practicality that make this work. So I encourage these three things. They go together, and they're really, let me give you a couple of names to look. Christian Schwartz, very, very good author on natural church development. Nelson Searcy, another guy, I really like his stuff on systems. Steve Macchia, 10 Characteristics of Healthy Churches. Those three guys, in the totality of what they teach, has helped me through the years just understand that I need some practical things so that we can actually get traction as a church. I hope that helps.